Now, tell me, first of all, why these diversity managers, why we needed them in the first place. Let's go right back.
Well, I think there's something to be said about the NHS being more responsive to the diversity of health needs within our multi-ethnic population. But my issue is, Bev, is that when we're talking about this equality, this diversity, equality and inclusion managerial class, I think all too often they're occupied by social activists, to be honest, who are taking liberties and ultimately politicizing the NHS as an institution and peddling, in my view, hard left US inspired identitarian dogma, as opposed to doing the bread and butter, which would be, for example, working with local NHS trusts in terms of how they can build healthier relations with harder to reach minorities. They're not especially interested in that. Indeed, I saw earlier this year on the NHS website a blog lecturing people on white privilege, which I think would be quite astonishing when you consider, for example, in modern day Britain, when it comes to suicide ideation, suicide attempts and acts of self-harm, the rates are higher among white people when compared to Black and Asian people. So I think that's quite remarkable that the NHS has taken this direction when it comes to these diversity, equality and inclusion professionals.
But if the politicisation of these departments is in order to root out systemic racism of people of colour within the workplace, is that a bad thing?
Well, I think the point there is when it comes to the NHS, the bread and butter of the NHS should ultimately be improving healthcare provision. That's my view. We saw recently there was a £12 billion funding boost, Bev, for the NHS, and there's going to be concerns across a range of races and ethnicities living in the UK that at the moment money for the NHS is not being used efficiently and is being swallowed through managerial salaries, which are not really achieving very much when it comes to improving healthcare quality.